Morning everyone, I'm Sasha Boxall from Sew Make, and today I thought I'd pop on and show you how to pattern match fabric. I think everybody has a different way of pattern matching fabric. The way that I'm going to show you here is a simple way of matching the pattern with the pattern repeat on the fabric. So I'm really sorry, I'm full of cold, I'm not feeling particularly great, you can see the dark circles under the eyes, but I'll try and do the best that I can. Okay, so once you've located where your pattern needs to be matched, and I can see that this is our salvage of the fabric, and there's the other salvage, I can see that the pattern needs to be matched along here. Can you see here where the lines all align? And that's where they'll need to be matched. So first of all, what I do is I grab my iron and I'm just going to press along here where the edge, where the fabric print meets the salvage. I'm going to grab my iron and I'm just going to press along that line. Not all fabrics match directly onto that edge line. Some of them you have to take it in a little bit further, which I actually prefer, to be honest. I don't like losing too much of the fabric, but when it's right on the edge here, it can sometimes be a little bit tricky. So there we go, I've pressed that. And now if I turn that over and place it up against my fabric, I can see exactly, I'll show you here, you can see how exactly it matches on there. And then you just have to have a look and make sure that it matches all the way up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, this is double-sided tape. It's really low tack double-sided tape. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pop some double-sided tape along just before where the print of the fabric starts, so just sort of inside the salvage, because the last thing you want to do is get your machine needle or any kind of pins or needles anywhere near this stuff, because it makes it really sticky and then you won't be able to use them. Well, you can use sticky stuff remover to take it off, but you know what I mean, it can just be really tricky to use. So I'm going to press that on there, like so. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, which is probably the hardest bit of all, is take the backing off this double-sided tape. So maybe I should have started this before I started the video. There we go. So pull that backing off. And now what you can do is you can start placing your fabric where it needs to go, lining up your fabric where it needs to go along that salvage edge, along that print line, all the way up. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's all meeting and matching. So when you're happy with that, I normally flip over the fabric on this side. Now, what I find really interesting is ideally these should, salvage to salvage should actually meet. when you pull it back, but I can clearly see that this one has kind of moved a bit from here. So what I do now is I just get some pins and I pin, minding that you don't pin where that double-sided tape is. I just run some pins along here just to keep it extra secure and in place. This is especially important if you've got a really lightweight fabric that likes to move, something like a chiffon or a velvet or anything, or like a stretchy fabric. It's really important that you do this. The other thing that you can do also, which I do often do instead of putting the pins in, I actually tack along the line, the crease line as well, just to make sure that it stays in place. It can be a bit time consuming, but if you've got one of those fabrics that just wants to move all over the place, which quite often you can get, it makes sense that you take extra caution and then just do a running stitch all the way on, just to keep it secure, like a tacking stitch. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see this okay. So I've brought this over to the machine, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the I'm just going to stitch along where the selvage line is. You can take your pins out as you go if you like, and just machine stitch all the way down where that crease line is. The beauty of having the pins in this way is that you can just leave them in as you stitch. And then just secure the end and come off. Okay, so now if you just take all your pins out, we can open this just to make sure that you're happy with the stitch line. I'm going to show you here. Very happy with that. Everything looks matched lovely. If there's anything that you're not happy with, you can always just adjust it, take it back to the machine and just redo it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to undo the seam here, and then just peel off the double-sided tape. Which sometimes is really easy and sometimes it's not. Well, today it's been really easy because it's quite low tack, so it's quite easy. But other fabrics doesn't particularly like it. Okay, and then once you've done that, if you just take your iron, pull open that join selvage, and then just press. Like so. And sometimes you can have quite a tight stitch selvage edge, so where the selvage here is, so sometimes it's quite a good idea to notch. If you just get a pair of scissors, I'll show you what I mean, just get a pair of scissors and then just notch in here, and then do on the other side, sort of in between where you've notched already, and then you can see that what it does is it just releases the tension on the selvage edge. Okay, and then that's it really. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now that's nicely joined, as you can see. Oh, that's me. as you can see, we've got a nice join there, a nice pattern match. You can see very closely where it all meets. Lovely. I really hope that's been useful. I'm also going to do a video on doing a mitered corner, for which can be used in curtains and blinds. So pop back, hopefully I'll have that done in the next few days, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions, leave any comments and share. Anyway, have a lovely day and look forward to doing another video soon. Take care. Bye.